It's that time, man. It's that time, man. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Dugai, coming at y'all with another episode of Dropping Dimes with Mr. Dugai. Woo! When we got our Christmas present, baby. Sorry I'm a day late, man. Had stuff going on, but the 2024 Philadelphia Eagles schedule has been released. And I'm gonna go through it right quick and give a little quick analysis on each matchup. Before I get into this video, man, for everyone, if you want to reach out to me, DM me, holler at me, whatever the case may be, all that info gonna be down in the description box. So come holler at your boy, yo. First, man, we kick off week one, man. We've been knowing it for a while. In Brazil against the Green Bay Packers, which is technically a home game for us. But it's gonna be a night game, of course, Friday Night Lights. I usually do some covering of high school football, but I guess, I won't that night because I'm going to be tuning into this Eagles-Packers game, which the NFL has even stolen high school kids' dreams away, along with the NBA on Christmas Day. Great matchup, though. Great matchup. It might arguably be the most entertaining game of week one, with the exception of, probably Baltimore, Kansas City, and, Houston and Indy gonna be a pretty good one as well. But, Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, two very productive running backs in brand new locations. All the weapons we got on offense, Green Bay with all those young receivers. They got Xavier McKinney over there, somebody who we really wanted to get. Our young, you young guns in the secondary. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a lot of hype around this game. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think not only for Eagles and Packers fans, but NFL fans in general. It's a great matchup and a coin flip of a game. Then week two, for the third year in a row, we're going to take on a Kirk Cousins-led team in a primetime game. We host the Atlanta Falcons on Monday Night Football week two. We know 2 years ago the Minnesota Vikings came to Philly in week two and we smashed them. Last year they came to Philly on a Thursday night in week two and we took care of them. So now Kirk Cousins coming back to Philly again in week two of the primetime game. It's funny how the schedule makers put things together. Should be another solid matchup. The Falcons, got some good pieces in Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson, who a lot of us, coveted last year's draft to potentially get, Drake London and them. They got a nice little core, and, it's going to be our real home opener, as we get to play in the link in prime time. So, should be a fun matchup. Week three for me personally, man, this is a big one. The Philadelphia Eagles will travel to New Orleans to take on the New Orleans Saints. As a lot of you who've been following me for the longest know, I'm a Louisiana native. I am from Louisiana. And my dad is a big time diehard New Orleans Saints fan. So hopefully, man, one way or another, I'm going to do my hardest to make sure me and my pops is in that building for that game. That's the one game that I definitely have on my to-do list. And it's September 22nd, which is 8 days away from my birthday on September 30th. Been nice there to put it week four instead of week three. But nevertheless, it'll be a nice, weekend for me and my pops, man, if, we could get this done. But personally, man, a game that I want to be to and a game for bragging rights. So we got to win this game. Obviously going to be an entertaining game. That place I'm very familiar with that building, of course. I was just there in December covering with high school football. Look, when the Saints are good or when it's really early in the season before they get bad, that building is rocking. And I know a lot of our fans are going to be there as well. So it should be and it's week three, so nobody out of it yet. So both fan bases still going to be believing. Plus, I think the Saints got Carolina week one at home. So I think they should at worst be 1-1, So, it's going to be a very fun atmosphere. And I'm doing everything I can to be there. Week 4, it's time for the get back, man. We go to Tampa to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Obviously, we all know how the season ended on that same field last season. We got to just go there, get back, man. Gonna be a very good game. You know, Baker Mayfield just got paid. Still got Mike Evans and them over there. So, we gonna see. You know, then week 5, this is the thing that I hate about the schedule. We got a bye week. Like, we got a very, very early week 5 bye week, which I'm not opposed to. Obviously, you know, it switches up. Some years you get it early. Some years you get it right in the middle. Some years you get it late. It's our turn to have it early. And it sucks because now you're talking about playing a long stretch without having any time off. So that's going to be tough on us. But it is what it is, man. The depth got to come through. Then off of the bye, week 6, we play the Cleveland Browns at home. Deshaun Watson, they're a team that made the playoffs last year. Myles Garrett and them. You know, gonna be a good matchup. Week 7 is another big one on the calendar, man. Saquon Barkley returns to MetLife Stadium as we gonna take on the New York Giants in New York. Gonna probably be a lot of bad blood over there from Giants fans. So that should be a good one. Week 8, we go on the road to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. You know, Jambalaya, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and them. Gonna be a tough matchup, man. So we got to come out there and we got to play well. Plus, we haven't had much success playing in Cincinnati over the years. So hopefully that changes. You know, then week 9, Dougie P returns back to the link again. We host the Jacksonville Jaguars on Sunday Night Football. Should be a fun matchup, man, in prime time. Week 10, we go on the road to take on the Dallas Cowboys. You know, starting our first matchup a little later this year, which is funny also. It's the first time in a very long time that we don't have a Sunday night or prime time matchup with the Cowboys. Both games are 4:25 Eastern games, so that found that a little interesting. I knew every year we either was on Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football, one of the 2 games. It was a couple of years where it was both games because of the flexing and everything. But go on the road to Dallas, obviously gonna be a big one. Week 11, sharp week, Thursday Night Football, we host the Washington Commanders. My guy Jaden Daniels over there at LSU coming to Philly. You know, this team, for whatever reason, plays is really tough in Philly. So we got to come through and figure it out, man, because it's going to be a tough one. You know, then week 12, we go on the road on a Sunday night and take on the Los Angeles Rams. Went over there last season, won, but you know, with McVay, there's no Aaron Donald. So now we don't have Jason Kelsey. They don't have Aaron Donald. But obviously gonna be with Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp and all them. Gonna be an interesting matchup. Week 13, right after that, we go right back on the road and take on the Baltimore Ravens, man. That's gonna be a tough game. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry and all them, their defense. It's gonna be a really, really tough matchup, man. But looking forward to it. You know, then week 14, after that, we host the Carolina Panthers. Just on paper early, you would think that's a game we should win, but let's see how Carolina plays this year. As every year, there's always a team you expect to suck that's good and a team you expect to be great that suck. So we're going to see how that goes. Week 15, you know, the Battle of Pennsylvania, the Pittsburgh Steelers come to the link. Russell Wilson, Kenny Pickett gonna get to see his old team. Hopefully he ain't playing, but you know, gonna get to see his old team. And will it be Russell Wilson or Justin Fields? That we'll find out, I guess. But overall, always a fun matchup when we play the Steelers. And then we close out, man, with 3 straight division games. Week 16, we go on the road to take on the Washington Commanders. Week 17, the Dallas Cowboys will come to the link. That game may very well be for the NFC East Championship. And then week 18, we close out with the New York Giants at the link. Me, early indications, you know, I feel like we just gone off of recent history. We seem to always split with Dallas. Out of the 4 games, the 2 with Washington, 2 with New York, we always lose one. Like, for whatever reason, you would think we should sweep both those teams, but we always lose one of those 4 games. We sweep one of the opponents, split with the other. That's, that's probably 2 L's right there. At Cincinnati, at Baltimore, that's going to be 2 really tough games. I think we get one of those. I think we split one of them and win one of them, probably lose. I don't think we lose both. I don't think we win both. So, that's probably 3 losses right there. Green Bay is really a coin flip game. Honestly, man, just looking, I think this team has a really good chance of going no worse. If healthy and everything, and, Nick Sirianni ain't on the chopping block, and we ain't ready to run Jalen Hurts out of town, I think at worst, this team will go 12-5. But obviously, I'm already looking forward to this season, man. They need to hurry up, get in. Oh, and the preseason games, of course. We play at Baltimore for the first preseason game for the 2nd year in a row, at New England, and we got the 1 home preseason game is with Minnesota. But with that being said, that's all I got for y'all today. Appreciate y'all checking out the video. Hit the like button for your boy. Give me a subscribe. I have Philadelphia Eagles, NFL, and content on my other teams throughout the year. Y'all have a blessed one. Fly, Eagles, fly.